ever since the year started, I felt like the UFC has been really letting us down just with every single event almost. And I thought about like every single event from the start of the year. And I was like, did I actually even want to see this fight? So in January, we had, I'm mainly going to be talking about like the, numbered events, I guess. So we had Patty versus Justin, which, looking back at it now, like that was, probably a good fight, but I just felt like zero hype for that fight. There was like no promotion for it as well. They introduced the like cringe face-offs, which they stopped doing them now for some reason, like because they were so bad. And then in February we had Volk versus Lopez the week after that, which was atrocious. The card was really bad, and then Volk against Lopez again was just horrible. And then we had Max versus Charles, which felt like a decent fight on paper. But then, the fight was just so boring. It was just so boring. Charles just was laying on Max, and, the outcome was kind of like, okay, like, what now? Like, Charles, does he get a title shot now? What does Max do from here? Is like, but, and then again, like, no promotion whatsoever. Like, I really miss when the UFC would, like actually promote their fights. Now they just post like cringe, like Nina drama interviews, and then the media, oh my god, the media is like so bad. The media is just asking the most like autistic, like weird questions over and over again. Like every single like for every single person, every single fighter, they just ask the same questions over and over again. And I used to really care about, like the media day where they, I would watch like every single like fighter interview, just kind of like, because I felt like I had to. And now I'm at the point where I don't even watch them. Like they're just so boring because they just ask like, oh, like, how do you feel? Like, I remember like one question, I think it was JDM versus Protez. And some like reporter, some media guy asked JDM like why his favorite pizza is like why he likes the specific topping on his pizza or something like that. It's just like the most weird like question ever, and you could see that JDM was like so awkward and like so maybe not creeped out, but just like, yeah, just so awkward, so like cringed out, I guess. And yeah, so then after Max versus Charles, we had Yuri versus Olberg, and honestly I was like not excited for that fight whatsoever. Like I'm not a big Yuri fan, and I'm not a big like Olberg fan. I don't think anybody is, to be honest with you. Maybe for Yuri, but I don't really like him that much. And then the redeeming, I guess, quality, I guess you could call it like that, was when they announced Strickland versus Hamzat. That was the one fight that I was like really excited about, because everybody was like writing Sean off, and I thought that Sean had a pretty good chance at winning. And the build-up was crazy. The press conferences were crazy. Still, I felt like the promotion was not as great as it could have been. There was like no face-to-face. It was just basically the same thing where they just wait till fight week and then they start promoting the fight. But that was the fight where I was actually excited about. And the undercard was also really, really good. But so yeah, that was probably my event of the year so far. Hamza versus Strickland. That was really good. I was so happy when the UFC and made that fight. And then the White House. The White House was weird because when they announced it, I was really, I mean, I think we all were really, really disappointed because, it was so hyped up, and then we got like these boring fights. Maybe not boring fights, but yeah, it just didn't deliver for like what we were told that we were gonna get. But still, it was a good announcement. It was a decent undercard, so yeah, I was kind of hyped for that, especially because I'm a big Ilya fan. Yeah, and then the event was really, really good. I really liked the event of it, like the walkouts, how it, the octagon, the colors that they chose for the octagon, the White House in the background was just really, really good. So yeah, the event was really good, but it could have been better, but that was still pretty good. And then the Conor one. I made a video about it yesterday, but it was kind of like the White House. Like, I was excited for it. I was excited for Conor's return, but then the fight was just, oh my god. And then again, just like zero promotion, like weird media questions, boring press conference. And honestly, I'm at a point where, like I said, I used to be really big, like, just UFC fan. Like, I would watch everything. I would watch like interviews over and over again, and like I would rewatch some press conferences. And now it's like I don't even care. Like, I don't even care. Like, I could watch. I couldn't, like, I could go a fight week without even watching everything, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of people feel the same way about it. So yeah, and then next month, what do we have? I don't think we even have the next pay-per-view announced, right? No, it's Gary versus Islam. It's Gary. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Hopefully, they promote it well, but I'm guessing it's just gonna be like, oh, like, how does it feel to be here, Ian Gary, and like, oh, like, what do you think? What did you think about Conor's loss, Ian Gary? Oh, like, would you fight Conor? It's just like, oh my god, the same questions just over and over again. Yeah, it's getting repetitive, but yeah, I'm hyped for Usman versus Duplessis. That's gonna be a big fight. I'm a big Dricus fan. I'm a big Usman fan as well. It feels like Adesanya versus Dricus 2, like a rematch, like Africa versus Africa again. So yeah, that's a really, really, really good fight. But I think Dricus is definitely gonna win that, 100%. Dricus is gonna crush Usman, bro. Honestly. Yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. It was all over the place, definitely. So if you enjoy this, then you're probably a weird guy like me. So subscribe if you enjoyed the rant, and yeah, I'll see you around, I guess, and hopefully just keep making these videos. Yeah, peace out.